There was something about her face, something about the way that they would taste. Little lips after slipping everything she shouldn't save, and saying everything that couldn't wait. Saying wouldn't it be great? A little bait, heard a little late. Years of trying me, finally I'ma slip her on a date. Saying wait, the day will break, trying to play it straight. But she was saying wake me up at 8. Now I'm talking late, Jack, way back when I get expert on my elbows. Before she found shelter in the shell toes, we felt those lows, the heaven and the hell holes. Waiting for a situation, saying we should quell those feelings we're feeling. Cause I don't get no ease in the evening, release when I'm dreaming. And she would say she can't believe what she's reading, cause everything I write's been misleading. She needs him. 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 It be that Friday night fiddling with FIFA. Slum village seeping through the speaker. I need her deeper than the reasons had to leave her. But she ain't thinking about me, I ain't thinking about her neither. Either believe her or let it go. It seems the latter looks like losing, no, but set in stone. Best to bet her phone, rather seek her, but she's never home. So I start to moan all alone, grab a breath and groan. Speak after the tone like, yo, it's me, what you saying? It's been a week, I was playing. I know this isn't good for you, another night you're staying. So help me, I'm just trying to find a way. It ain't no early morning laying, no more. They say the situation's straying, you're delaying, I ain't praying no more. What you playing those for? I played my card right twice for nothing, now I ain't waiting no more. She needs him. 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 She needs him.
I've been seeing, I've been seeing your soul. Give me things that I wanted to know. Tell me things that you've done. I've been feeling old, I've been feeling cold. You're the heat that I know. Listen, you are my sun. I said there's more to life than rush. Not gonna leave this place with us. Drop the game, it's not enough. Hush, I said there's more to life than rush. Not gonna leave this place with us. Drop the game, it's not enough. I've been seeing, I've been seeing your soul. Give me things that I wanted to know. Tell me things that you've done. I've been feeling old, I've been feeling cold. You're the heat that I know. Listen, you are my sun.
on campus. Fresh out East Atlanta with no mountains down. Fresh out East Atlanta, up on board like a traffic jam. Man, I was quick to pay that girl like Uncle Sam. Here you go, ayy, take it on me. Ayy, shout the craving on me, get the beating on me, on me. She waited on me, yeah, well, shout the caking on me, got the bacon on me. This is history and I'm making on me, on me. Point blank, close range, that beat. If it goes $1 million, that's me. I was getting moolah, baby.
Havana, ooh, nah, nah. Half of my heart is in Havana, ooh, nah, nah. He took me back to East Atlanta, nah, nah, nah. All of my heart is in Havana. My heart is in Havana. Havana, ooh, nah, nah. Take me back, back, back. Take me back, back, back. Take me back, back, back. Take me back, back, Havana, ooh, nah, nah. Half of my heart is in Havana, ooh, nah, nah. He took me back to East Atlanta, nah, nah, nah. All of my heart is in Havana. My heart is in Havana. Havana, ooh, nah, nah. Nah, nah.
I wanna shoot.
Ooh, how you doing, baby? No, not you. You, the bow-legged one. Yeah. Here I go again, girls. What's my weakness? Okay, then chillin', minding my business. You saw I looked around and I couldn't believe this. I swear, I stand, my niece, my witness. The brother had it going on with something kinda wicked. Had to kick it. I'm not shy, so I asked for the digits. I hope no, that don't make me see what I want. Slip, slide to it swiftly. Felt it in my hips, so I dip back to my bag of tricks. Then I flip for a tip, made me wanna do tricks on them, lick them like a lollipop should be lit. Came to my senses and I chill for a bit. Don't know how you do the voodoo that you do so well. It's a spell, hell makes me wanna shoot. You packed in your stack, especially in the back, brother. Wanna thank your mother for a butt like that. Can I get some fries with that shake, booby? If looks could kill, you would be an Uzi or a shotgun. Bang! What's up with that thing? I wanna know, how does it hang? Straight up, wait up, hold up, Mr. Lover. Like Prince said, you're a sexy mother. Well, I like them real wild. B-boy style by the mile. Smooth black skin with a smile. Bright as the sun, I wanna have some fun. Come and give me some of that yum chocolate chip honey dip. Can I get a scoop? Baby, take a ride in my coupe. You make me wanna.
Baby, don't you know I wanna shoot, baby?
Well, let me bring it back to the subject. That's all it said. Make you get hot, make you work up a sweat. When you sit to my loo, my darling. Not falling in love, but I'm falling for you. When I get chopped, bet your bottom dollar you were best under pressure.
Yo, Sandy, I wanna taste you.
Get your lips wet, cause it's time to have pep. On your mark, get set, go, let me shoot to the next man in a three-piece suit. I spend all my dough, Ray me cutie, shoot-shooba-dooby, like Scooby-Dooby-Doo. I love you in your big jeans, you give me nice dreams, you make me wanna scream, ooh, ooh, I like what you do, when you do, what you do, you make me wanna shoot.
coming this way. Ooh.
Yes and no. If he wanna get with me, cool, but I'm wicked G. Hit skins, but never quickly. Right. I hit the skins for I get for the smell of it. They want my body, here's the hot. To a yard and have you sounding like a retard. 6'12" of a 6'2", wanna hit you.
So what you wanna do?
What you wanna do?
I wanna shoot.
Shoot that, shoot that, shoot that, shoot that, shoot that, shoot that, shoot that,
Yeah. You know what? I like the players. No diggity, no doubt. Play on, play it. Play on, play it. Yo, Dre, drop the verse.
It's going down, fade to Black Street. The homies got at me, collab creations. Bump like agony, no doubt. I put it down, never slouch. As long as my credit can vouch, a dog couldn't catch me. Say out. Tell me who could stop with Dre making moves, attracting honeys like a magnet, giving them orgasms with my mellow accent. Still moving this flavor with the homies Black Street and Teddy, the original rough shakers.
Shut it down, good lord. Baby got them open all over town. Strictly bitch, you don't rap. Got game by the pound. Getting paid is a forte each and every day. I can't get her out of my mind. Wow. I think about the girl all the time. Wow, wow. East side to the west side, pushing fat rides, it's no surprise. She got tricks in the stash, stacking up the cash fast when it comes to the gas. By no means average, it's on when she's got to have it. Baby, you're perfect. I like the way you work it. No diggity, I got to bag it up. Bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity. Bag it up, girl. I like the way you work it. No diggity, I got to bag it up. Bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity, I got to bag it up.
She's got class and style, street knowledge by the pound. Baby never act wild, very low key on the profile. Catching feelings is a no, let me tell you how it goes. Curves the word, spins the verb, lovers hit curves so freak what you heard. Rolling with the fatness, you don't even know what the half is. You got to pay to play, just for shorty bang bang to look your way. I like the way you work it, Trump tight all day, every day. You're blowing my mind, maybe in time, baby I can get you in my ride.
I like the way you work it, no diggity, I got to bag it up.
Bag it up.
I like the way you work it, no diggity, I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity, I got to bag it up.
Bag it up, babe.
I like the way you work it, no diggity, I got to bag it up.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
Hey yo, that girl looks good.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
Play on, play on, play on.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
You're my kind of girl.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
Cause that's my peeps and we roll deep. Flying first class from New York City to Black Street. What you know about me? Now the thing Cartier wooded frame sported by my shorty. As for me, icy gleaming pinky diamond ring. We bees the baddest click up on this scene. Ain't you getting bored with these fake broads? How shows improves, no doubt. I've been thinking so. Please excuse if I come across rude, that's just me. And that's how a player's got to be. Stay kicking game with a capital G. Ask the peoples on my block, I'm as real as can be. Word is born, faking moves never been my thing. So Teddy, pass the word to your nigga Chauncey. I'll be sending a call, let's say around 3:30. Queen Pen and Black Sheep.
I like the way you work it, no diggity, I got to bag it
Girl,
up.
you got it going on.
I like the way you work it. No diggity, no diggity. I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity, I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity, I got to bag it up. Yeah. Come on. Becky in full effect. Lisa in full effect. Nikki in full effect. Tamika in full effect. Yeah. Lays in full effect. Right. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. Yeah. Play on, play it. Play on, play it. Play on, play on, play on, play on. Cause I like it. Right. No diggity, no doubt. Yeah. Blackstreet Productions. We out, right. We out.
Here we go like that. Yeah. Here we go like that. Yeah. Here we go like that.
If your girl only knew that you was trying to get in me, what would she do? If your girl only knew that you was kissing her to talk to me, she would probably leave you alone, probably curse you out and unplug her phone. She'd be glad she was gone, she wouldn't have to worry. If your girl only knew that I would want to kick it with you. If your girl could only see how you be calling me, getting fresh in me.
Sharifa, we can't hear you. I believe you are muted.
Yep. Maybe I was born a caterpillar. This was never my final form. Just taking the time to grow, taking the things I need to make me stronger. Maybe self isolation is what I need. This is my chrysalis, a hard outer shell, my time for metamorphosis. I am rapidly changing, but you can't see how. Because maybe, just maybe, I'll emerge from this as a fucking butterfly. My wings are still growing. At first, they'll be soft against my body. You won't recognize parts of me, but I'm still the same being, just as I was meant to be, but still learning how to fly.
Yeah.
Dun, dun. Kelly Van Nelson.
Multiple dimensions formulate the shape of a cube, just as multiple dimensions formulate me. This is my one-sided story. When I was a struggling high school kid, mean girls used to call me a flat, a basis on which I could build a pyramid, or a cube, or whatever wonder took my mood. On the surface, I flash smile at passers-by, showing only the angle I want them to see. People who know me well see my other sides, loving every corner of who I am. Others kiss my cheek with their tongue in their own cheek, spreading gossip, ignorant of the fact that they are two-faced. Multiple dimensions formulate the shape of a cube, just as multiple dimensions formulate me. So here I am saying I have more than one face, making me two-faced too. I'm not too ashamed, cheeks inflamed, to say it. Every person needs more than two sides to have any fun when rolling life's dice. And while socially, three is company, it's far better to have a fourth wall. Hey, you. I'm not alone in thinking this, am I? Multiple dimensions formulate the shape of a cube. How many dimensions formulate you? Only I can be held responsible for the shape my life takes, moving 54 pieces in combinations through 43.2 quintillion variations of a Rubik's Cube, making moves in the right order to create harmony amidst chaotic disorder. For a while, you helped me build a fifth side, adding bricks of confidence cemented with superficial friends paying social dividends, an architecturally flawed structure trespassing on that solid square base of my solitary childhood. You framed the future as sturdy enough to keep a roof over my head, allowing me to call your house our home. Until I realized I had a sixth sense, a waterproof lining within the roof, keeping me dry from the storm of lies, muting the sound of incomprehensible cries, brimming with enough instinct to know the only love I ever saw, smelled, tasted, heard, and could touch meant nothing if sixth sense curdled my gut. From the certainty of knowing you'd put a roof above another's head and flexed your muscles inside their bed, and I hadn't misread the diabolical. You were convinced my cube would cave in when I made the move to demolish every brick you ever laid atop my foundations, collapsing our roof to ground zero. But I'm still here with 43.199 quintillion new moves to make. And now I've removed the toxic side of my life that was you. I've discovered it's easier to think outside a box with no ceiling, looking at blue sky. Multiple dimensions formulate the shape of a cube, just as multiple dimensions formulate me. This is my one-sided story. I'm not asking you to take sides.
Woo!
Kelly.
Yeah. Oh.
Went in for.
Yeah.
Yay! Woo!
Yeah. Jason Geller. Woo!
Yay!
This is a poem to mansplain something to all of you. And this is a poem for the men in the audience. This is a poem for the men who have ever had anxiety about whether their dicks are too small to be able to effectively satisfy a woman. The men who have ever had doubts about whether they can please the woman they're with, as well as any of her former lovers, laying in bed after expending themselves, wondering if the orgasms their partner screamed out were real or fake, if they finished right before she was brought to climax and ruined the moment, if she is lying next to you, wishing she were with someone else. This is a poem for the women who have ever been with a man who had these anxieties but was too cowardly to face them, and instead reacted defensively to them, blaming you for their doubts, and letting that blame be the kindling for the anger and the aggression that they unleash, and the violence, because it was easier to blame you than it was to talk to you. This is a poem for the lions whose bones are liberated and fed to men who can't get boners. This is a poem for the tigers and bulls and deers whose corpses are desecrated, whose penises are castrated to feed to men to turn them into some feral animalistic Don Juans. I tell you to eat a dick, but please just stop eating dicks. This is a poem for those of you trying to make up for what your attraction to your partner lacks, using the wrong tack to try to make an impact due to your distorted perception of why you're having trouble in the sack. This is a poem for all of you specialists out there prescribing geckos and endangered sea turtle eggs to get your patient's sex lives back on track. And this is a poem for your patients. Anyone who prescribes you species extinction as an aphrodisiac is a quack. Please just find an alternative if you want to keep biodiversity and hopefully your marriage is intact. I'm sorry, but you can't use their bodies to fill the fault lines in your relationship's cracks. And this poem is an ode to worshiping our women as the beautiful goddesses that they are. And this poem is an ode to having animal sacrifices for our goddesses be a thing of the past. This poem is an ode to realness Because your anxieties aren't about anything that exists in reality once you have these conversations. And because you eating an endangered tortoise's left nut, making you a Casanova in the sack, is not a real thing.
Yes.
Amazing. Yes. Yes. All right.
Yo.
Next we have Sirani Mitchell. Woo!
Okay. Can you sing? Is it working? Oh, okay. All right. Just because I couldn't really hear until I turned off my video, I'll just turn it off. Is that right? So what we decided? I'm just going to turn it off. All right. Before, the answer to the wrong question. Why did you have to mention how about I reverse our position and ask you that question? What is your intention to cause such tension? Not so unusual, how about a refusal? Take the highway and make my day. To me, it's unimportant, irrelevant. Or am I the elephant? Or are you just ignorant? Pretend it's an accident? You look shocked and think, why not just answer? Why just a bit of banter? Really good course. Well, you see, when it happens so random, in the middle of a conversation, and everyone thinks you're an alien, you can't help but get the sensation, to feel degradation, some humiliation, lots of frustration, for the justification that you're not a product of immigration. Is it too much expectation not to have to feel segregation, living with domination from most of the nation? I was brought to this destination. I was given an invitation. I didn't need a location. For me, it was appreciation. And my parents, a celebration. For me, salvation. But before your next assumption or speculation, fight your temptation for personal information. Just feel from my version. Hard when you're brought up white, feel like you are white. Then to big questions can. If you can't look within to truly see, makes me feel like a tree. Who the fuck do you see? Yeah. Yeah. Hello? Oh, should I say? Hang on. Is that better? Oh. I'm not sure what to do then. Is that any better now? Is that any better? Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, no, that's fine. I don't know why it's really loud and yeah, that's all right. I'll just wait.
Yay.
That's okay. Well, we tried, so thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Technology sucks. Technology really hard. Please come back and we'll figure it out.
All good. Getting hair caught in my bum bag. Next poem is Ren Panesi. Hang on, let's see. Woo!
No. When was the last time you heard a poem about a fart? It's an art. The way you roll yourself over in bed pose, the kind of model the patriarchy would dread, all to let out the gas that your food has amassed. And when it does, it's either silent, deadly, or both. It's even funnier if you're in company and both of you have had a toke, but otherwise it is a simple pleasure that girls don't talk about. Because as a woman, it always sounds better to be boring or perfect, whichever one seems to be working. But I can assure you from 27 years of experience that farts are always funnier when you're with people who find them hilarious. Like my brother in the kitchen. He has a habit of bringing the theatre to fruition in the middle of dinner time. He would argue that the moment in his life is his prime with carbohydrates, the inability to sit at the bench up straight because he's leaning down closer to his pasta plate. Just let it out. Let it all out. You girls with curls and straight dark hair, I know this sounds come from your derriere, but boys have told you that it's gross and unwelcome. Well, I'll tell you something that's not nice if you ever get another chance to tell them. We already have to shave, facial mask and bathe every day to be the way they say seems to be what pleases them. But I'll tell you what does not sit well with me is the fact that I need to let the gas out because they don't want to listen to what I want to talk about. So if I have all these feelings inside, I'll make it happen while I'm afternoon napping, and I'll lift this leg up like a sculpture of art. And if you're there or not there, get ready for my fart.
Yeah.
Yes, Ren. Get it, poets.
Come on.
It's for the gas up.
Yes.
Wow. It's really the awesome poetry tonight.
Let it rip.
Just eat it. Really fun thing happened. Apparently no one on the stream could hear me for the last, I don't know how many minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I am actually very sorry. Okay, so can we get the judges' scores, please? An 8.7, an 8.5, a 9, and where is my other judge? Where are you? Oh, 8.6! Yay! With a tooting on it, which is adorable. Awesome, guys. Kiara, can we get our next poet? Also clap for this one. For those of you on the stream, can anybody hear me on the stream now?
They're saying yes, but the volume is low.
Okay, I'll fix it for you guys.
But shall we?
Yeah, no, I'll fix it. I'll fix it up. I'll fix everything, I promise. Just, you guys get to see what OBS looks like, which is cool. Let me see. Display capture. Window capture. Yeah, okay, we're back. We're back to doing what we do. Okay, cool. We had a few technical difficulties and now they are resolved. Okay, so ask to unmute Kiara.
So, coming up next.
Yeah, tell us.
We have Tabani.
Tabani.
Woo-woo!
Unmute
Woo-woo!
thyself and spotlight video. Okay, go ahead.
Cool. Hope you can hear me. So there's this guy. For the sake of continuity, let's call him me. Chest puffed out, broad wingspan, shoulders a towering 6'3", and I love to be the little spoon. That's not true. I'm actually 5'11", apply resume rules to height. I excel a little more on paper. They say the truth is far stranger than fiction, and I'm articulate in exaggerating diction, which means the mode I use to say what I mean is more than the median mediocre, and immediately, like high school geometry homework, I'm prone to a tangent. But back to the narrative at hand, to the guy or me or an aptly placed placeholder in metaphorical form that loves to be the little spoon to set the scene. A fluid body spills into mattress bowl, longing for that curving cradle comfort, labeled as ladle-like, often mistakenly portrayed as ladylike, and the guy, known as me, is known to bite off more than he can chew, is framed to be consumed. It's ironic that he would be seen as any kind of spoon. That's food for thought. I picture that scene in the first Matrix movie when the boy tells Neo, instead, only try to realize the truth. There is no spoon. I bend myself in bed, sleeping with intersecting issues, privilege as friends with benefit, a one-night stand in protest, a too hot to cover but too cold for exposure. I find the night can be intoxicating. I soiree with the decadence of dusk, took up day drinking for the sobriety, sleepwalking for the cardio, gained a newfound appreciation for exercises in futility, long overdue in doing my due diligence. As the proverb goes, the prodigal son burns down the village to feel the warmth, and oh, how those nights were so cold and dark and dreamless. The succeeding transition was seamless, from pillow talk to meaning, to the guy, to me, to the scene, to a spoon too small to hold a hearty helping of soul, too big to sleep in the bed it made, too meta to make any sort of self-referential sense. Soliloquy meets social commentary, they fall in love in the same way similarly dissimilar things do. Paradoxically, like poetry as prose with more line breaks and a line that makes a little more to write than it does to say out loud, like how I love to be the little spoon, tend toward tenderness and safety, crave comfort to koala wrap its limbs around me just to sleep soundly, not with another body. I'm in bed with all the different ways I present, just wishing one would hold me.
You with it. Absolute wonder.
These judges are everything. Are we ready? Cool. Put them up, put them up, put them up, put them up. Beautiful. Okay, we have a 9.1. We have a 9.3. We have an 8.9. And we have an 8.3. Another round of applause for Tabani. Everybody unmute yourself. Get into the vibe of it. Yes. Good job.
Yes, get it, poets.
Yes.
Always
Beautiful.
a treat.
Okay, Kiara. Who's our next poet?
Can we get those scores one more time, please?
Ooh, yes. 8.3 and 8.9. We had a 9.1, and I believe we had a 9.3.
And a 9.3.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, judges.
We love our judges.
Thank you, judges.
We appreciate our judges.
We love our judges.
We cherish our judges. And if you guys are feeling something, if you guys are loving a poem, are vibing with a line, drop it in the YouTube chat. Let the poet know that you're loving their work. Let us know. Okay, Kiara, who's next?
I'm not sure if they're here, but next up is Erin Longman.
You are
Erin,
in luck
here?
because Erin is here.
I am here.
Yes, Erin.
All right, Erin will mark the halfway of this slam, so your 3 minutes, you're ready.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's lovely to be here. Thank you for the poets. You guys have offered some beautiful things. So, the ocean's fury, because I live in a space where there is lots of furious ocean. So here we go. The ocean's fury. Tumultuous, churning, twisting, burning, ferocious. Thoughts plummeting to ocean floor, chaos, heavy, weighted, weary, wistful dreams, tied and torn in two. Anger rising from stomach pits, we're told not to feel it. burning deep, spitting into nearby rocky spaces, spraying salty savage on innocent interactions. We hold it. Breathe into it, let it go. As best we know how, for anger held deep will only wage war on our hearts, damaging ourselves and those around us. We take captive anger and call it into peace. For it's the peace, well, it's cultivated and harnessed, grown and nourished. Beside still waters, despite the ocean's fury, it's that place we fall back to by carving out space and time, placing up boundaries, holding roots firm in worried hands, ready to plant deep seeds of hope. And we hold firm and we push down into the earth's core, building this house on a rock and not on sand, for it is fickle. We hold firm against the tides and the 40-knot winds that bellow and blow and throw us about, waging war in our bodies, rising bile in our throats, ready to spit onto spaces and innocent faces. But we choose to bear down. We root down, we hold strong, we wait till the howling winds cease. We wait, and we be still. Whilst the ocean's fury loosens its grip, we be still. For when our peace is lost, to peace we return.
Okay.
Very fitting.
All right. Give us some noise. Let's give it some love. Let's give some love to the first 6 poets. Just clap them all the way through. Yes. Okay. So let's get some scores, judges. Come on. We've got a 7.9. We've got an 8.6. We've got another 8.6. We've got an 8.9. Applaud the poet, not the scores, guys. Give us some noise. Unmute yourself. Yeah. So that marks the halfway mark. We might actually just keep powering on through the slam. So Kiara, can we get our 7th poet, please?
Tegan.
Tegan. All right, let me get the right Tegan, not the judge Tegan, the other Tegan. Where is Tegan? Is she on the chat?
Are you here, Tegan?
Tegan, raise your hand if you are here. Oh, Tegan isn't here. Tegan's kind of maybe left. Okay.
We're missing Tegan.
We're missing Tegan.
It's MIA.
It's okay. We'll go to the next person.
Have Andy Stewart.
Andy Stewart. I know who.
Yeah.
All right. Beautiful. Let's. Whenever you're ready, Andy, just grace us with some words.
I write love poems to cigarettes because in a way they saved me. The day I bought my first pack was the day I chose to own my pain, to not cut it away like it wasn't a part of the very me, like it wasn't what made me entirely whole. I write love poems for cigarettes because she handed me her smoke and said, "It's not my fault. You own your choices, boy." And she saw me whole, and she called me to account. And I light cigarettes in love to her. I write poetry for cigarettes because I found joy in smokers' corners, in communion with common souls, the knockoff drinks, the festival scunge nuggets, the poets out the back of the pub sneaking a dart, the low times, in the back garden, the old bench my ex-housemate dragged from their old house, under the arching gum tree and the cherry blossom lit only by fairy lights and the glow from the living room and the breathing blanket of stars where we'd sit in prayer to harmony, talking slow and listening. Smoking terrible tobacco in badly rolled menthol filter cigarettes, I write love poetry to those times, and to these times, and to the love I found in holding myself outside on the porch at midnight, still awake because this was the only space I found to breathe, and this silence, just for this moment, is where I sit at my desk, feet up on the wood, rolling a smoke.
Wonderful. Give him a round of applause. Alrighty, judges, are you ready to give us some scores? We have an 8.5, we have a 9.1, we have a 9.4, and we have an 8.6. Alrighty, let's just... Okay guys, so what we might do is we might take a 5-minute break, go to the loo, put a cuppa on, find your way back in about 5 minutes, and we will have an exciting announcement and then the other half of our slam and our amazing feature. We will regroup in 5 minutes.
Yay! You know, hey. Oh, you know, you may think that you know you got me under wraps, locks and keys, and that without you, I'm gonna be lost. But I got something else for you.
Baby, I used to sit home waiting for your call. Yeah. I used to have your picture hanging on my wall. Yeah. Used to think you were right, but you was wrong. Yeah, I used to miss you. Now I'm glad that you're gone. I don't care if you don't wanna call me no more. Baby, I don't care if you don't wanna call me no more. 'Cause I'm the juiciest baby girl around. I got men knocking down my door. I'm the juiciest baby girl around. Baby girl, baby. You don't call no more. Hey. We used to light a fire on a rainy night. I used to like it when you come and hold me tight. I used to believe we would never part, no. But now I've had to change your heart. Whoa. Baby, I don't care if you don't wanna call me no more. I don't care. Baby, I don't care if you don't wanna call me no more. Yeah. I'm the juiciest baby. I'm the juiciest baby. Yeah. Girl around. Baby girl. I got 999 men knocking down my door. 'Cause they gotta have sweet now. Juiciest baby. Girl around. Baby. I don't care if you don't call no more. You don't call me no more. I'm the juiciest baby. Girl around.
And all my people too is juicy. I want you to say
Yeah. Girl around. Baby. And I don't care if you don't call no more. Now I'm glad that you're gone. Baby, I don't care if you don't wanna call me no more. Baby, I don't care if you don't wanna call me no more.
Alright, damn it. Now this one's it. No more stopping. Finito, yes. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. You know,
nothing at all. Pick you up, darling, when she lets you fall. You're like a diamond, but she treats you like glass. Yet you beg her to love you. For me, you don't ask. If I was your woman, and you were my man. If I was your woman, you were my man. Life is so crazy, and love is unkind. Since she came first, darling, will she hang on your mind? You're a part of me, and you don't even know it. 'Cause I'm what you need, but I'm too afraid to show it. And you were my man. If I was your woman, you were my man. If I was your woman, you were my man. Could be. If I was your woman, you were my man. If I was your woman, you were my man. Could be. If I was your woman, you were my man. Ooh, yeah.
So that's why we just.
Unmute yourself, Sharifa.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Slam. Before we go,
Sharifa, you're still muted.
I'm still muted. Okay,
You're still muted, Sharifa.
is that better?
Yeah, you're good now.
Beautiful. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Slam. We are going to get straight into our second half, but before we do that, we wanted to talk a little bit more about the fact that we're launching a Patreon, that you should really be excited about the new ways that you're going to be able to engage with Slamalamadingdong. We will have different tiers, something to cater for everybody, a opportunity to get more content from not only us but the poets that we have coming. There is talk of an anthology, so just watch this space in the interim. So we might go back to our Zoom and check in with everybody. How are we all feeling?
Woohoo!
Hey.
Doing good.
Woo! Amazing.
It's a bit
Awesome.
steamy in my room. With
Good.
It literally will not let me. Okay. This is not good. Okay. All right. So, Kiara, who is the next poet?
Coming up next to the mic, we got Scott Patrick Mitchell.
Scott, where is
Oh,
Scott? Where are you, Scott? There you are.
I am here.
Okay. Wonderful. Let me just make sure that this is all working. Wonderful. Okay, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Oh. We have warped the stars with technology, electricity, pin them with wishes so they hang pregnant, low. We now know that satellites and planets move among those suns. Our gods and goddesses who hid in constellations remain. An astronomer's game of connect the dots. Listen, the universe's saucepan was left unattended. It churned heat and bubbles, spilled vapor which pinpricked and hardened. From this act and neglect of cooking, the stars over the dust. And then there's us, humans, blessed with tongues, blessed with hunger, pulling yarns from out our mouths as they unspool sins and legends. We take the our stories and wrap it into a ball. Look skyward and cast it up. Watch it unravel as it unpuzzles 1 billion gaseous equations we call constellations. Corvus, Draco, Fornax, Andromeda. Constellations that help us find our way home. To me, to you, to us, together. There, my sisters, my brothers, my sweet, sweet non-binary lovers. I have written a myth for you. I have made those stars looser to navigate through.
Holy shit.
Yes. Amazing. I'm loving the energy in this chat right now. Everybody's so excited. Okay, judges, are you ready? Ready to give me some scores? Okay, we've got 1. We've got... Okay, we have all 4. Okay, ready. We've got an 8.5. We've got an 8.7. We've got an 8.9 and a 9.3. Applaud the poet, not the scores. Come on, guys, unmute yourselves and give them a big round of applause. Again, everybody in the chat, everybody in the chat on YouTube, if you guys loved a line, loved a poem, loved a poet's delivery, loved anything about anyone tonight, let us know. Let us pass on all the good vibes to everybody. All right, Kiara, who's our next poet?
Oh, how good is poetry?
The best.
Bloody the best. It's the best night ever. Okay. Coming up next, we have Tracy O'Callaghan.
Tracy.
Yes, Tracy. Yes.
Tracy, here we go. If you can unmute yourself, that'd be cool. Let me spotlight you. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, darling.
After some fornication and unwedded cohabitation, we did an immoral thing that didn't include a diamond ring. There'd be no white wedding dress for me, no tiny rosebuds, hand-stitched to a veil, no bouquet to throw over my head. But we gave them enough ammo for the gossip to spread. And small hypocritical minds had already defined an unborn baby's outcome. And I was crucified because I didn't succumb to the bullshit that was said. I made my own choice instead. Now a good Christian chastised me and insisted I get married before the birth and begged me to at least go to church. Women on the right, men on the left, and girls, not a pair of pants in sight. For if you had a pussy, you didn't get that right. So I had to put on a skirt or a dress, make sure my hair wasn't a mess, slip on some pretty shoes, sit my ass on a pew, sing when they say judge, and pray before I went on my way. I am proof they got it wrong. I didn't need your hymns and songs. I gave birth to my babies and they were healthy and strong. There was no sins mark upon their chests as I put them up to my ample breast, their tiny devil horns protruding from their heads. 10 fingers, 10 toes, and the most perfect buttoned nose. There was no shame slamming put in place yet. No made up stories or criticism, just a pure angelic vision. So this is what I have to confess. I ain't ever wearing no dress, and most days my hair's a bloody mess.
Yeah!
Give her a round of applause, guys. Give her a beautiful round of applause.
Oh!
I am impartial.
plate, so you better eat it up before I take it away.
Okay, judges. Can we get some scores? Wonderful. Okay, we have 2 more to go. Waiting on Eve. Wonderful. Okay, we have an 8.4. We have an 8.5. We have a 9, and we have a 9.3. Applaud the poet, not the scores. Unmute yourselves, y'all.
Woo! Yes.
Yes, poet. Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. Again, everybody in the chat, if you're vibing something, let us know. Let us know what's going on. Kiara, can we please get the name of the next poet?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
Bum, 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 bum.
Drum roll.
Or DVM, are you here with us?
Aurora?
Make yourself known. Make some noise if you're here.
Do we have an Aurora here in the chat? No, Aurora is not here.
No.
No.
Going once, going twice.
No, unfortunately, Aurora just...
Next we have...
Megan. Let me find Megan. Oh, there we go. Alright, darling.
Hey.
Hey. Let's spotlight you. Okay. Take it away, guys.
Walk your fine ass out the door. I do my hair talk, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Spider veins on skin-thin paper. A hand-drawn mining map now takes pride of place in my local library. A record of the possibility of gold, pointing to where my people struck riches. The slopes of Buninyong dug into the terraces. The banks of the Yarrawee turned to slurry. The flats out the back of Sebastopol made mullock, a mockery of the Wadawurrung stomping grounds. We named the big hill sovereign, but we had no right to the land. The gold a prize above all others, but everything has a price. Now, I'm ashamed that I'm a colonist. When we celebrate our heritage, when we revel in our gold-plated genocide, our luster-dusted rape and pillage, the audacity of our ability to call our brothers savage, the splitting of our humanity from theirs, and the delineation of our history from our sin. We are the cartographers of othering. Now, I am ashamed that I find beauty in the facade of a double-story bank and peace in the symmetry of the steps of a church. I am a heathen with no connection to this place. I cannot trace this land in my mind. I do not know its names. The blood in my veins is the dells and dales of England, and the skin that flakes from my palm is the craggy Scottish coast. I am ashamed that we went gold pouring our lives to cover theirs. We obliterated their suffering and used it as our foundations. True sacred sites severed, generations shattered. There's no dignity behind the coal-black cursive, only desecration laid bare on this document, this hand-drawn map on its pedestal. And we marvel still at our artifacts barely born, and we say that.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, give her a round of applause. Give her some love. Give us some love. Beautiful. And Mina coming in with the tunes. Yes. Okay, guys. Can we get some scores? Come on, judges. You got this. We have an 8.6. We have a 9.1. We have another 9.1 and another 8.6. Applaud the poet, don't applaud the scores. Come on, guys, let's give us some love. Unmute yourselves before you give people love.
Poet.
Yes. Okay. We have come
was fire.
to that very sad part of the night where we welcome our last poet But don't fear, don't be sad, because afterwards we get to see our awesome feature. So who's our last poet, Kiara?
Our last poet is the one, the only Rose.
Rose!
Yeah.
Where are you
Come on
at?
through.
Where is she at? Ah, there we go. Alright, whenever you're ready, darling.
Stop looting, stop shooting.
They still sing for latchjaw and those who still can't let go. Birds still flutter their wings and sing songs during minutes of silences for dead ones. Worms still wriggle deep beneath the soil when your earth is shattered and you feel you can't go on anymore. Fish still swim even when it feels an expanse of ocean separates you from your loved ones. Isn't it lovely how the world goes on and on and on despite heartbreak, mending itself, stitching itself together, making things right and righting wrongs? Isn't it terrifying how the world goes on and on and on despite heartbreak, mending itself, stitching itself together, making things right and righting wrongs when you still haven't moved on? When you died, the slap was you ceasing to exist, but the sting was the world's apathy. How dare you birds continue to sing? How dare you sharks continue to swim? How dare an asteroid not dance again, because it is inconceivable for the world to keep spinning now that you are no longer in it? Do you think the graveyards of dinosaurs mourn the extinction of their species? Do you think when birds excrement on minarets and crosses they seek redemption? Do you think birds chirping happily during minute silences for martyrs show remorse they have ruined human sanctity? They will not stop singing for anyone because they proceed and will succeed us. And if you are not adequate enough for your loved one, do not fret at their disappointment, because birds will sing today and tomorrow they will still be here for you. Still, birds will continue chirping long after I join the massive graveyards of dinosaurs and long after the fins of fish cannot swim anymore. I am small amongst all things, smaller than an ant, because even they predate and supersede us, not just by time, but our capacity to feel. We are so minute amongst all, and this is not nihilism, this is freedom, because your mistakes are not etched into eternity forever, and your accolades will not be remembered if you won't sedate your arrogance. History will, by humbling and preceding us and succeed. Tomorrow, a melodious tune, but not for you.
Oh my goodness!
Let's give us some love.
Yes.
Everybody in our YouTube chat, give us some love. Give everyone some love. Let's give a round of applause for all of our poets who performed tonight. Let's unmute ourselves and let's just make some noise for everybody. Yes. Okay, judges. Do you have some scores for me?
Yes.
On fire.
Are we getting some scores? Beautiful. Okay, my other judges. Oh, there you go. We're getting a few more scores. Come on, guys. And waiting on one more. Okay, so we have an 8.6. We have an 8.9. We have a 9 and a 9.4. And that rounds out our slam portion of the night. We will take 5 minutes and regroup to welcome our feature. Alright guys, have some awesome tunes.
Well done, Rerose.
Yes, so
Well
good.
done,
What a slam. Yes. Oh.
Everybody on the stream can hear everybody. Mute. Cool.
Why are men great till they gotta be great? Woo! I just took a DNA test, turns out I'm 100% that bitch. Even when I'm crying crazy, yeah, I got boy problems, that's the human in me. Bling bling, then I solve them, that's the goddess in me. You could've had a bad bitch, not committal. Help you with your career, just a little. You supposed to hold me down. thought you ever had it. No, you ain't from the start. Hey, I'm glad you're back with your bitch. I mean, who would wanna hide this? I will never, ever, 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 ever be your side chick. I put the singing single. Ain't worried about a ring on my finger. So you can tell your friend, shoot your shot when you see him. It's okay, he already in my DM. Why men great till they gotta be great? Don't text me, tell it straight to my face. Best friend set me down in the salon chair. Shampoo press, get you out of my hair. Fresh photos with the bomb lighting. New man on the Minnesota Vikings. True hurts needed something more exciting. Dum dum be dum be dum bum be. I'ma hit you back in a minute. I don't play tag, bitch, I've been it. We don't fuck with lies, we don't do goodbyes. We just keep it pushing like aye. I'ma hit you back in a minute. I don't play tag, bitch, I've been it. We don't fuck with lies, we don't do goodbyes. We just keep it pushing like aye. Wild men great till they gotta be. Don't text me, tell it straight to my face. Best friend set me down in the salon chair. Shampoo press, get you out of my hair. Fresh photos with the bomb lighting. New man on the Minnesota Vikings. True hurts needed something more exciting. Dum dum be dum be dum bum be. So many hard times. On me they stare. People all around me and they're all unfair. They don't seem to want me, but they won't admit I must be some kind of creature up here having this. From my party house, I'm afraid to come outside. Although I'm filled with love, I'm afraid they'll hurt my pride. So I play the part I feel they want of me. In this crazy town, having hard time. There's no love to hard time. In this crazy town, having hard time. There's no love to be found. Yeah. In my party house, I feel like needing others. Familiar faces creep, race a brother. But to my surprise, I find a man corrupt. Although he be my brother, he wants to hold me up. Having hard time in this crazy town. Having hard time. There's no love to be found. Having hard time in this crazy town. Having hard time. There's no love to
check it out. 17 years and counting, but trying to climb up the rough side of the mountain. Friends warn me I'ma have to do it without them. No problem, really, it was never about them. So my house, I never come out from. Cause every day a drought, finish that or a doubt come. I'm down to do whatever if it betters my outcome. The city's like the Ottoman ballroom, waiting on Malcolm. Cause people wanna see my blood flow like fountains. I got nowhere to go and still feel like bouncing. I'm looking for the closest window I can route. A speaker box that I can shout from. And I'm hoping to feel like something that's real, but it's no hope when you are but a spoke in the wheel, a brick in the wall, trying to find an opening still, having hard times trying to climb over the hill.
So many hard times, yeah. Sleeping on motel floors, yeah. Knocking on my brother's door, eating spam, Oreos, drinking Thunderbird, baby. Yeah, in this crazy town, having hard times. There's no love to be found. Having hard times in this crazy town. Having hard times. There's no love to be found. Having hard times in this crazy town. Having hard times. There's no love to be found. Having hard times in this crazy town. Having hard times. There's no love to be found. Hey, so many hard times, yeah. Sleeping on motel floors, yeah. Knocking on my brother's door, eating spam, Oreos, drinking Thunderbird, baby. Yeah. I don't wanna do it no more. No. I don't wanna go back there no more.
You are a separate event.
Lucky I got my fucking giant hula hoops on for this shit.
What's fucking hot?
Queen, goddess. Queen, goddess. Boss, rich, queen, goddess, boss, witch.
Yeah. I bitch, shut the fuck up. Stop with the whining, cause I've heard enough. Fuck empty or full, bro, just fill up the cup all the way to the top if you feel like a buzz. Yeah, I feel like a buzz. The checks coming in, I think I'm blowing up. Got God on the phone, and she keep calling us. And there's more coming for you, just keep showing love. Used to cover my follicles in a house apostolical, parabolically diabolical. Call me the prodigal, say it's impossible. Call me illogical, immovable obstacle, meet a force unstoppable. Maybe that's why no one's really stepping to me. Peace the default, but please don't go testing me. Born a Capricorn, a goat, a different pedigree. Fuck you and your singles, bitch, this is a legacy.
I do not fuck with the folks. I keep it fresh on the vultures. For so long it didn't involve us, but now it's the time of the vultures. I do not fuck with the focus. I keep it fresh on the vultures, building empires like sculptures. Cause I'm a motherfucking queen, goddess, boss, witch, queen, goddess, boss, witch, queen, goddess, boss, witch, queen, goddess, boss, witch.
Hello and welcome back, guys. So we are going to go straight into our feature, and then we have something really exciting happening after that. But I'll keep a little bit tight-lipped about that because the thing at hand is our feature. Okay, just going to read out their bio because they deserve a good introduction. Texas-born Afro-Latinx poet, performance artist, dancer, and Pushcart-nominated poet ARIELLE Cottingham is an internationally treat in theatre and an Australian Poetry Slam Championship under their belt. They explore their interplay between the word and the body, merging elements of dance and physical theatre with written poetry to create multidisciplinary short works. They have toured through the US, Australia, and Southeast Asia, from the Mammoxt of Kuala Lumpur to the Sydney Opera House. Their work has been published in Booth, Pressure Gorge Press, About Place Journal, and elsewhere. And their first collection, Black and Ropey, was published by Pitt Street Poetry. You can actually get their chapbook that they put together especially for today by going to their page, ARIELLE Cottingham, on Facebook, and purchasing it. It's for a $5 to $10 donation. You will not be disappointed. I have seen this chapbook. It is amazing, just as is our feature, who will grace us with some of their words now.
Hi, everybody.
Hey!
Hello! Hi, Ariel.
So good to have you with us.
Hi, everybody. I miss y'all so much.
We miss you too.
I've seen you in literal years, Paige. I'm so happy to see you here. Yeah, really. Hello and thank you. Like schedule during lockdown has been teenage adolescent, to say the least. I definitely would stay up way too late and sleep in way too much, but that's what coffee's for. Yeah, so really thank you so much to Slama. This is the first chapbook I've finished or that I've written since I put my last book together in 2016. So thank you so much for lighting the fire under my ass to get it done. Yeah, if y'all want a copy, you can head to my Facebook page, ARIELLE Cottingham. It should be the pinned post at the top.
I've posted it in the comments section.
Cool. Yeah, and basically it isn't like fancy little like buy now clicky thing, because it turns out it's hard to do that if you don't want to use Amazon. So just take a screenshot of the donation that you send to my email address, and I will respond with a link to the digital PDF. Unfortunately, because of lockdown, I haven't been able to print anything, and I figured it'd be easier to get y'all copies of this book much more quickly. Especially because shipping from Germany to Australia is a little ridiculous, both time-wise and money-wise. So moving right along into poems. Some of the poems in the set are in the book. Some of them are old favorites. Some are both old favorites that are in the book, and some are so brand new that they aren't even in the book yet. Like this first one. This is a shout out to all of the queer people out there, all our whole rainbow family, every single one of us. Our family, who art a haven of art and STEM, hollow out the machete flowers in Chulhaz's chest and fill them with every drop he lost. Thy kitchen be kingdom, thy safe houses be holy, in shelter greater even than stone walls. No accident of birth, no bonding by blood brought us together, but we are bound by Marcia's bricks as much as by Baldwin's book. Praise be the potlucks cobbled together of cans from many pantries. Praise be the arms to which we flee when fathers forget their children are human. Praise be the doors that open, the roofs that welcome, the beds that pride themselves their makeshift splendor. O holiest of laughters, the sovereign embrace, ours is the pride, the power, and existence now and forevermore. Part 2 and 3 will come soon.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Yeah. So y'all, some of y'all might recognize these next two. I've smushed them together across multiple years. But I'm a dancer. My blood is laced with C4 and fireworks, and music is the literal fire that touches it off. The resulting explosions rip my body down pathways paved with sweat and drums and rhythm, and dancing is an elemental, fundamental, strangely mental thing for me. Blood is the conduit between the body and the brain, and dancing with my body affects the dancing of my brain. Delicate and meanders through phases of sanity and its opposite twin. My ancestors left me parts of my through my family not as visible as curls or freckles. It was never visible on my wrist because blood that moves so explosively to music is far too precious to spill, especially when it can dance my brain back to sanity on 2 occasions, 3 occasions, 4, 5, 8 occasions. Amy Winehouse saved my life. The irony that a dead woman whose own brand of insanity killed her gave me life is not lost on me. On those nights, I sneaked into deserted studios and let my body detonate to Valerie and Back to Black. I learned that music could fight that blue streak as well as any therapy. Suddenly it made sense. While my father used to play guitar every night, while my white grandmother was obsessed with dancing cha-cha, while her father-in-law was so good at clarinet, he was a guest soloist with the Benny Goodman Orchestra. Music has always been fire in our blood. It's been our coping mechanism. It makes sense now why I'm a dancer. My blood is made of C4 and fireworks, and music is the fire that Prometheus himself gave us just in time. The dip shoulder to swing chest, cyclone waist into hips, let momentum lift toe, whip splash knee, back around to twist, tornadoes, ancient soul, back up spine, roll neck, like it aches to crack, roll eyes back to the glittering white. This is what holy feels like. I'll bend and lift and smooth and sex. And what do the gods of music know of your body when they can pray like this? Praise be to the body rolls that grow wings out of souls. Praise be to the knees that pop hips up into celestial being. Praise be to the balls of the feet that grant us hang time amongst the clouds we breathe. Praise be to the ancestors' immortal souls. For they are the gods not of music but of rhythm. Come down to sacrifice our bodies on this altar of worn wood and dried sweat. Come, let us adore all the elegant ways an elbow can bend. Holy is the breakdown when the wind howls a melody made of locksteps and thunderclaps. Catch a fire and cool down the burning south. The ancestors whispered carbon exhaled scriptures, for we are the wind children, twisters in our hips, unleashing whirlwinds on breakbeats. Bittersweet heartbeats remind us that we may be mere mortals, but the gods of rhythm granted us the gift of music to make mortality seem mere illusions to come. Let us. Y'all couldn't tell, I was raised Catholic, and then
yeah, oh, love hearing that one. So good.
So that one's actually 2 poems. The first half is in my last book, and then I actually wrote the second part after the book was published. So that one is in the new book now. So yeah, body prayer. I think I actually opened it, opened the book with it. First one. Yeah, I'm still a little giddy because I had the idea to put this book together a month ago, and now it's real. So, oh, thanks, Andy. I can see little. I can't really read the text during the chat during poems, but it was really nice to see oh, it's so nice. I'll miss y'all. Someday when the borders are open again. This next one. So for those of y'all who don't know, I'm originally from Texas, and Texas was originally Mexico until a bunch of white settlers decided to move there and then fought a whole war for independence. Oh dear, the whole thing has gone black.
We can still see and hear you.
Okay, it's come back now. All right. Yeah. So basically, the border between Texas and Mexico is the river called the Rio Grande. The Rio Grande is a big river. And yeah, and so my family are from the Caribbean. We also speak Spanish because we were also colonized by the Spanish. But yeah, probably don't understand what's going on in the song. This is called "I'm Loving a Brown Body at Least for One Night." There is something familiar and deeply exquisite in the way my island brown crescendos against your mainland brown in this bastardized communion of flesh, more God than divine image. And this is not to say that the personal is always political, or however the saying goes, but there is a certain relish in tangling fingers through curls that crave a aceite de coco as much as my own. It is not a prayer like this of most defiant of independence day. Is there not a kind of gleeful beauty in ringing in Carnaval de Febrero with un grito de dolores? Is there not a certain reclaiming of long colonized soil when our bodies ripen upon it? And this harvest may never reach past the next sunrise on the skyline, and we may return to a richly platonic admiration of each other, our art, and general humanness. But let us revel in shared histories of waters crossed, be they big river or gaping gulf. Our shared lengua Europeans left stained down our ancestors' throats. In a child of Cacique Anacaona and a child of Motecuzoma Xocoyotzin meeting countless lifetimes after conquistadores thought they had beaten us only for one.
Yes. Oh.
I love your voice
Yay!
so much
Woo!
and your face.
You're amazing.
Yeah, it's a nice time. So here is Queer Prayer Part 2. Hail, Lap's daughter, Jay of rebels, our pride, our power, and our existence. To you we cry, children abandoning gender. Of you we beg for the bonds of riot, searching for family found in exile. Turn then, most badassed advocates, thine arms of protection toward us. Lead us in protest and paint the principle on every flag. Oh, resilient Lap daughter. Amen.
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 Let us pray. I'm sitting on the 19 tram in Melbourne, or Galveston Beach in Texas, or any airport in the world, and a stranger, usually a woman, asks, "Why your hair so curly? Do you ever straighten it?" I think about my driver's license. I'm 18, with a puka shell necklace, blue Nike sports shirt, straight hair, unrecognizable. I tell her, no. I tell her I like my curls, that my mother blessed me with them. Let us think. She goes, awkward. Like she almost knows she crossed a straight line, asking if I ever tried to look whiter. Let us pray. Show any friend the driver's license. They say, that doesn't look like you at all. I tell them, my dad always liked it when I straightened my hair. Peace be with you, and also with you. They get awkward. Like they don't want to go through the daddy issues door just cracked open. In the name of the Father, let us pray. I'm 18 or any age before that. Mom is driving me home from the salon, running with the holy blow dryer, has pulled all the curls out of my hair for the week. My dad says, "You look so pretty, straight hair." I tell him nothing. He's my dad. He knows I'm upset. He knows I like my curls. He hopes it'll make me feel better, or at least stop sulking, fix the face. If I don't, I'll get grounded. So you look so pretty with straight hair. You look so pretty with straight hair. You look so pretty with straight hair. You look so pretty straight. Right? I'm 18 at a school track meet, warming up for the 1,600 meter vomit fest, when pinched lips and freckles hit me like a lightning bolt from God. Like recognizing someone you've never seen before. I crossed the straight finish line for and she was too gorgeous to notice any of the boys. In the name of the Father, let us pray. I'm 18 and Catholic, wishing I was straight, wishing I was straight, wishing I was straight, wishing I was straight, wishing. straight. So my parents would love me more. You look so pretty when you're straight. You look so pretty when you're straight. You look so pretty when you're straight. Pretty straight, pretty straight, pretty straight, pretty straight. I'm pretty straight since I only ever bring men home. I'm pretty straight when my mom convinces me to straighten my hair one more time. My boyfriend can see it straight. Look how straight it gets. Look how straight I can be. I'm just like you. With your straight hair. Also with you and your straight marriage.
Ariel, are you still with us?
Yep. Sorry, I'm back. Hi.
Just let me just
back to the poem.
you again. Sorry. There we go.
Straight marriage. I thought I wanted to be mom. Let us straight. All straight edge, straight hair, straight woman, straight prayer. But let us. I can't let us. I can't not have these consecrated curls. These holy river bends meandering in and out and in and out and in and out of straightness. Peace be with you, and also with you. In the name of the Father, let us pray. I'm sitting on the 19 tram. It goes straight up Sydney Road. No one's asked about my hair today. Peace be with you, and also with you. In the name of the Father, no. In the name of the lapsed daughter. Amen. Ooh, sorry about that.
Yes, Ariel.
Yes.
Poets, get it.
Amazing.
I recognize that piece. Get your juice, poet.
Come get your juice.
Is this a new like Melbourne call out specific? Because I know that all of the American scenes have their like cute little call outs, but it's like get your juice is an Australian one. I'm so here for it. Oh,
I feel like that was organic, but it definitely should be a new one. Come get your juice.
And the Sydney side has started it.
So happy. Thank you.
She doesn't even go here.
I see it in that. Oh, dear.
It's a meme.
Even with all the time that I spent on the internet, I'm still out of touch with the youth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even 30. Shout out to the 30-year-olds for more hip to current events than I. Being from the South and also half Black it's kind of hard for me not to talk about what's happening right now in the States. There are a lot of people who are being wrongfully arrested for protesting, as is their human right. It is a human right to protest, especially when your life and your community is in danger. And like as we saw on CNN, the police arrested an Afro-Latinx reporter who identified himself as a reporter, was not told why he was being arrested, and then they arrested him on live TV and then turned around and lied about why they had arrested him, despite like the whole world seeing exactly what they were doing and having seen the whole situation. So if they're brazen enough to do that, then imagine what they're doing to the Afro and Latinx and like other protesters of color who don't have cameras trained on them. If you ever in your life have ever said the phrase "be gay, do crime," now is the time to donate to bail funds. In Louisville, Kentucky, for the protest for Breonna Taylor, in Minneapolis for the protest for George Floyd. George Floyd is from my hometown. Like, that was something that I didn't even realize until a day after all of the protests had started. Like, this man is from my home. He was in a different city. He was like, and murdered by the police. So now's the time. Open your wallets. If you can afford to buy my book, you can afford to donate to bail funds. It doesn't have to be a lot. Every little bit helps. The more people who donate, the more people get free and get legal help. So On that note, I have this thing where I'm trying to like talk a lot about accountability, clearly. And here's a poem that I've written about my own accountability as a mixed light-skinned Black person. Flying down any of the highways tattooed across Texas, bluebonnets untuck themselves into patriotic bloom alongside things say, I stem like sidewinders. One hisses, flashing first and second place ribbons in measure of the Old Testament resurrects himself into my backseat. Fills up the car with all the despair of Mount Horeb, whispers. The cop approaches the window like a famine. And my 6 times great-grandfather Elijah of the Civil War zombies himself into my passenger seat, snips a button from his gray coat, sews it to my tongue, pours Confederate gunpowder down my windpipe until my lungs fill up, and I exhale with a, no, officer, I don't know why he pulled me over this evening. The second prophet and the 2nd Texas Regimental Infantryman fling grave dirt across my cheekbones, and the cops will remember this when he pinches the freckles on his own daughter's face. He leans down into the window, and I kiss his neck open mouth, drag the button on my tongue behind his ear, praying he forgets that Southern nostalgia is not to be trusted. He reaches for his holster, pulls out a pen and takes a pad. The prophet Elijah claps his hands, and he's John the Baptist singing, a change gonna come. The cop writes the ticket, warns me about my darker side, returns to his car to wait for his next darker casualty. Survivor's guilt sparks the gunpowder in my left lung. Imposter syndrome ignites in my right. The embers meet somewhere in the middle, and what a lovely urn my throat made. The soldier Elijah claps his hands, and he is my father, John the doctor, who hates illegal immigration, loves my immigrant mother, leaves second-degree burns. He wraps me in the privilege of the big house and tells me racism is over, and I argue, but the button our ancestor sewed to my tongue has inflamed my throat. And I have already written so much about not being Black enough, and a sunburned neck is still my heritage too. He does not hear me. Mom's side of the family always said I looked so much like him. And how bad could it be for me, really? Here I am, returning to cruising down I-10 or wherever, throat still clear and free, the legacy sewn to my tongue louder than any of the Blackest things about me.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Truth.
Prayer part 3. Holy Self, upon the first awakening, through your queering, many were lost, becoming adopted children of the found family and rioting alongside the left daughter. They were revived from dysphoria by the euphoria of a body inhabited by you, Holy Self, who are given back to us by ourselves. Enlighten the minds of unbelievers, incline their wills to trust our existence, to celebrate our power, and to revel in our pride. Teach them how to welcome and shatter their denial of you, men. Let me be a sea witch. Hair twisting into brain coral or Medusic anemone, let me be Medusa. Feared and frightful, let me be frightful. Let me give pause. Let me inspire what tsunamis inspire. Let me crest taller than cities. Let me be a city. Road twisting into brain coral or a bird's nest. Let me be a bird's nest. At the top of the mountain. Let me be a mountain, imposing itself into vision. Let me be a vision. Premonitory and ghostly. Let me be a ghost. With its fingers in your memory. Let me be a memory of simpler times. Let me be time itself. Waiting for no man. Let me wait for no man. Let me only pause for the good parts. And let me be the good part. Let me be that song you never hear on the radio. Or the sweet parts of a prickly pear. Or that thing that makes you smile when you're driving alone in your car. Or familiar perfume. Or breeze in summer. Let me be summer. Let me be longed for in the dead of winter. Let me be the one that got away. Let me stay. Fall into a Topo Chico bottle while I'm driving. Let me drive to the ocean. Let the ocean part my hair. Let the brain coral call my head home. Let me be Thanks, y'all.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, I loved you so much, Ariel.
my goodness. Yes. Final applause for Ariel. Thank you. Yes.
Let's just check in with the chat. How are we all feeling? I mean, everybody here in the same chat. How are we all feeling? Yes. Okay, guys.
Yes.
So we actually
Like I'm
have
gonna cry.
Michelle, who is amazing, doing score and timekeeping. Thank you, Michelle, our Slama mama. And we have run into kind of an exciting problem. We have 2 people tied for first place.
Oh.
And do we know what that means? That means compliment deathmatch.
Oh yeah.
For those of you who haven't been to a compliment deathmatch before, that's when 2 poets who are tied. It's actually what it sounds like. You compliment each other to death. So we get 3 compliments each, and then people in the chat here will decide who they think was the best compliment giver. Before we do that, our 3rd place poet for tonight was Andy. So can we get a applause for Andy? And
Yay!
And the first place poets were, oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. Tabani and Rerose. Guys,
Woo!
what we're gonna do to decide who goes first is we're gonna flip a coin. I'm gonna flip it, and yeah. Does anyone want heads?
I'll go heads.
You go for heads. Tabani, you good to go for tails? Beautiful. We are heads. So Rerose, you go first, and then Tabani can compliment you. You just give him a compliment, and then he will compliment you back, and then you will compliment him back. He will compliment you back. You will compliment him back. He will compliment you back, and then we'll decide who we think the best compliment giver is. Although we love you both equally, we do need to choose a winner.
Okay.
Okay, darling. All right, give us your best compliment.
Your smile is so bright, I feel like I'm being blinded.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yes. Woo! All right, Tabani, give us a compliment.
The way you write is the reason I write.
Wow. Oh my god.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That is a good
Very
one. Rerose, give us another one.
Okay. An older Black poet's presence is also the very reason that I write, and it's very nice to come into a space and see that same presence be there.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
She's got the goods.
True.
Tabani, what do you have to say to that?
To that, I say, how do you compliment the source? It's like you're the reason compliments exist. They are a standard to be you. How do I compliment that? What is there to say? You are. Your existence is a compliment to itself.
Barney just writing poems there.
You have a final compliment to give.
Okay. It's going down. It's going down.
It is going down.
Do you know that you're responsible for having a spoken word poet speech list right now?
Oh.
Are you aware? Are you aware of that?
Yes.
I have nothing else to say. I'm speechless. Yeah.
Okay, Tabani.
Damn.
Your best compliment to round us off.
Oh man, I don't know. I think all that's left to say is I want more of your poetry. That's it. It's like more of everything that you do and everything that you are. I need that in my life.
Aww.
It's made my day. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
That's
Oh my goodness.
your being here
Thank
is the compliment.
Oh damn.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, we're gonna.
Oh.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna monitor the chat. Everybody in the chat has 5 seconds to tell me who they thought was the best compliment giver. I'm just monitoring it for everybody on YouTube. Okay, we have 3 votes for Rerose, 4 votes, 2 for Tabani, 4 for Tabani, 5 for Rerose. I think we know who the winner is. Ariel says Rerose took it with the speechless poet one. Tabani even voted for Rerose, which is like so meta. It's so meta. Okay, so our second place poet for today is Tabani. Everybody give him a round of applause.
Yay!
Yes, Tabani!
Yeah. Tonight is Rerose. Everybody give her a round of applause.
Oh yeah!
Yes, poet!
Yes. Oh.
Let's give ourselves a round of applause. Let's give everybody a round of applause again, just at the end. Good job, guys. Thank you to everybody who came in.
Thank you, poet.
Thank you, Slama. Thank you, judges. Thank you, everybody on the YouTube stream. We would not be here without your support. Remember to go ahead and check out Arielle's chapbook. We will include some links to some donation links in our newsletter. And remember to just keep an eye out for the link, or just go to Slamalamadingdong.com to see if you want to buy a replay for a friend or refer a friend to it, etc. And that's it for today. We will just give you some music to round this out.
Also, thank you, Sharifa, for steering the ship. So much.
Yes,
Thank
Sharifa.
you.
Thank you to Sharifa.
Whole team for putting this on.
As well, and to Mina. our
Mina.
Mina, Shamali, Mina.
I see afterwards. Also, I realize now at the end of this all, forgot to tell you what the name of the book was. Clearly, I'm a professional and really good at selling myself. The name of the book is Through a Sudden Jungle. Because
Through a Sudden Jungle. Everyone got that?
Corona is a sudden jungle of like dealing with your life inside. So yeah, Through a Sudden Jungle. Hit me up on ARIELLE Cottingham on Facebook. Yay! Thank y'all. Thank you.
So much goodness coming to y'all through the Patreon and through what's coming.
So much good stuff is coming. All right, guys, say goodbye to everybody on the YouTube. See ya.
Thank you. Thank you, audience.
Let it help us dance it out.
Yes.
Yes, actually, let's do that.
Yeah. The female takeover, we back and we stronger with numbers. Heard you before, wanted more, shout out to all your daughters. I see a stress from the usual lessons of life. Time to sit back and listen to our handy advice. Don't take no shit from a boy that should be in your shadow. You reign supreme, live your dreams and we gotta recover from the pain caused birth and these boys say mama. Not here for this patriarchal drama. G to the I to the RLS. I see some of y'all hella stress. G to the I to the RLS. I see some of y'all hella stress. From the north to the south, east to the west, all the girls from around the world, yeah, you are the best. From the north to the south, east to the west, dear girls, you are queens, let them manifest.
I'm a very busy woman with a lot on my plate. I'm a very busy woman with a lot on my plate. So you better eat it up before I take take it away.
Because POC, we fighting back on policy. And you can call me feminazi, go ahead and call me nasty. Hey, you bubble bust, fighting like a girl. Roll drummer, roll up the power of the female force. When I sat up on the same throne as Qigong, we gon' spin this on us, okay? And it makes the pharaohs moan. Cleopatra toes are curling, so powerful the sphinx's nose is falling. Clink your glasses, melt the ice like ice. Raise your glasses, melt the thighs like ice. Clink your glasses on flashes, you won't ready for it to feel this nice. You won't ready for it to feel this nice. Melt the ice like ice. Raise your glasses, melt the thighs like ice. Clink your glasses on flashes, you won't ready for it to feel this nice. You won't ready for it to feel this nice.
I'm a very busy woman with a lot on my plate. I'm a very busy woman with a lot on my plate. I'm a very busy woman with a lot on my plate. So you better eat it up before I take it away.
Y'all can't tell me shit. I know who I am, know what I'm gon' get. Visions on the stage, delicious and I'm thick. Just remember who birthed you, bitch. Rocking microphones, ladies on my chubby bones. Something they ain't see before they live with my music on. Tell the boys to watch the throne, I come and be my lock up on. Martinis while I work on your gravestone.
I'm a very busy woman with a lot on my plate. I'm a very busy woman with a lot on my plate. I'm a very busy woman with a lot on my plate. So you better eat it up before I take it away. I'm a very busy woman with a lot on my plate.